All right, guys. Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
All right, we're going to stick to the script. Good afternoon, beauties.
Good afternoon.
All right, my name is Miss Brenda. You can call me Miss B, whatever you want to call me. Just put the Miss in front of it, okay? So, I just want to talk to you guys about my journey on building my self-esteem and how I got to where I am today. So, can I talk to y'all like y'all some of my best girlfriends? Like we the best girlfriends? Can I talk to y'all today? Yeah. So, before we get started, I want everybody to just stand up to their feet for me. And just repeat after me. Say, I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
One more time, use your outside voice to say, I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
Now look to the person next to you, beside you, behind you, and say, hello, beauty, I am you.
Hello. Hello, beauty.
When I say I am you, I don't mean that I am you in the physical form, like I'm exactly who you are. I just simply mean that everybody in here, we're dealing with some things inside that maybe nobody knows about. We may feel like we can't talk to nobody about it, or whatever the case is, whatever you may be going through inside. Has anybody ever felt like that by showing hands? Has anybody in here ever felt like they've been going through some things they can't talk to nobody about? I have. I know I have. But the truth of the matter is, there's somebody in this room right now who has dealt with something similar, maybe cried the same tears, dealt with the same pain, or had some of the same hurt that you deal with, and you just don't even know it, so you're really not alone. So when I was growing up, I felt like that a lot. Like, I felt like that a lot. I never had my mother. I never had my father. Both of my parents was on drugs. I moved a lot. Like, I moved a lot. I've been about 4 different high schools. I moved a lot, and I dealt with a lot of different ups and downs. Dealt with a lot of different ups and downs, and on top of all of those things that I've been through, not having my parents, I never had nobody tell me that they love me. I never had nobody to hug me. Nobody that ever tell me that I'm great and I'm going to do great things one day. And let's be honest, we all would like to have the encouragement from the ones we love. We all would like to have that. And on top of that, I also was physically abused as a child and sexually abused as well. So dealing with all of those type of things, it created an abundance. Like it started there. It created an abundance of insecurities inside of me. I didn't have any confidence. I had low self-esteem, and it started there. That's where everything started. So dealing with all of those different things, dealing with all of those different emotions, I never felt like I was enough. Like my hair wasn't long enough. My skin wasn't light enough. I wasn't pretty enough. I wasn't smart enough. You know, I wasn't, I wish I was skinny. Has anybody ever had those type of feelings where they just felt like you wasn't enough about something or anything like that by show of hands? I know I have. So I'm not alone in this. Just try to make sure I'm not alone in it. So not feeling like I wasn't enough, I also, hold on, how many of you guys have social media? I know I have social media. It's just the way of the world right now, right? So with having my social media, it's just like, not only was I comparing myself, I compared myself to other people, and especially young women. I compared myself to women on the street, women I went to school with, and on top of that, girls on social media. Like, I was comparing myself to girls on social media like, oh my God, I wish I had her hair. Or I wish I had her eyes, or I wish I had her eyebrows because they on fleek. Ain't that your eyebrows is on fleek. I wish I had those eyebrows, or I wish I was her size. Oh my God, I wish I had that thigh gap because that is all of that. I just want a thigh gap like her. Has anybody else done this on social media or anywhere compared yourself to anybody else? By show of hands? I have. I know I have. So I'm not alone. I just want to make sure I'm not alone in this. So I also compared myself to other females on social media, and it's so funny because even the prettiest girls on social media have filters and use filters. We all use filters. So it's funny how we're wishing we were her, she's wishing she was her, she's wishing she was her, and she's wishing she was her, and we are enough. You're enough. You alone are enough by yourself. So dealing with that, feeling like I wasn't enough, I didn't really feel like I had enough confidence to accomplish certain things. I had low self-esteem, and even though I thought I was fairly a cute girl when I looked at myself in the mirror, on on the inside, I didn't feel good about myself at all. And a lot of times, no matter what you look like on your inside, it pours out of you. You kind of attract people, and I allow people to do negative things and treat me in negative ways. And for me, I dealt with it, but for me, it reflected when I was in relationships with the opposite sex, like a boyfriend. So when I was about 21, 22 years old, right, I had got this boyfriend. He was fine. Like, he looked good. And he called me all the time. He texted me all the time. He wanted to be with me all the time. He took me nice places. We did things. He bought me nice things. And he had money. Like, he had money. Ain't that what every girl wants? Doesn't it sound like that's something that every girl would want, right? Like, it sounds like the dream, right? Am I the only one that felt like that? Yeah. I thought that was really what I wanted. And the truth of the matter is, like, my dream was short-lived because shortly after we got together, about 2 months into us dealing with each other, you know, when he felt like he had me, he started to control me a little, and he started to verbally abuse me. And the verbal abuse slowly turned to physical abuse. And he would call me every name in the book, besides the name that my grandmother blessed me with. He would tell me how nobody else wanted me, how I was lucky to even have him in my life, because nobody else was going to want me. Nobody else was going to want me, nobody else was going to deal with me, how I wasn't smart, and that was it. But remember, I'm not a stranger to abuse. Like, I'm not a stranger to abuse. So when I walked into this relationship, I had this much self-esteem. I had a pinch of confidence, if that. But when I got with him, he made sure he chipped away at every part of it. He left my heart, he left my soul, he left my mind, he left my body bruised. And before they even had the chance to heal, before my bruises had the chance to heal, he put another one on top of it. And another one on top of it. And another one on top of it. And I know y'all sitting here thinking like, she stayed? Yeah, I stayed. For a little while. I stayed because I was broken. I didn't know my self-worth, and I didn't know my value, and I was looking for him to do something for me. I was looking, all I wanted him to do was love me. But how am I looking for something from somebody else when I didn't even love myself, right? So I couldn't expect him to do something for me that I didn't demand from him, and I didn't even demand it from myself. So one of the last times he hit me, one of the last times he put his hands on me, sorry, this is my first time talking about this. One of the last times he put his hands on me, he did it in front of other people. I mean, I'm not saying it was right that he was putting his hands on me, but I felt a little bit better about it because he wasn't doing it to me in public. But it was something about that embarrassment. There's something about him putting his hands on me in front of other people that just made me realize a lot. It was like an epiphany, like I woke up. That was like my wake-up call. So I left. And I'm not going to sit here and try to make it seem easy that I left, like, oh, I just up and left. It wasn't that easy. But I'm trying to keep this story short, so I left. But when I left broken. Like, I was not my complete self. I was worse when I left before I got in a relationship. I did not like me. I did not look at myself in the mirror. I couldn't understand why I had endured just at 22, 23 years old, I had endured so much pain from my childhood to now. I did not understand what my purpose of even being here was. So I didn't want to be here anymore. I actually contemplated on ending my own life because I just felt like it was nothing that I could do. Like I just felt like I hit rock bottom. That was my rock bottom. So it was during that time I just remember something coming to me. I call it God, you know. I don't know who everybody is, they believe in God. I don't want to offend nobody, but I call it God. And it was just something said to me, it was like, you're worth it. And I didn't even know what you're worth it meant. And then after that, it was like, you deserve better. And I didn't even know what you deserve better meant. But I started to sit and think, and I thought about all the things about me that I thought were good qualities about myself. And I slowly started to build me back up. I blocked everybody else out. It was no longer about nobody else. It was about Brenda. So I did things that Brenda liked. You know, I stopped comparing myself to other women and other people and things of that sort. But at the end of the day, I don't want you to think that you can't look at another woman and tell another woman she's beautiful or she's great or you got nice shoes on, because you can. That's what we're here for. We're supposed to uplift each other and not down each other. But through that, I had to just make it strictly about me to get to where I am now. I never thought that I would be sitting here and just speaking in front of everybody about my situations or just about my story. But it was through those things that actually got me to where I am right now, the place I am right now. I built myself back up to be able to stand in front of y'all here today. So it's a happy ending. So it's definitely a happy ending. My pain, the things that I went through and been through brought me my purpose. So through all of that, I created an organization and a foundation called We Care. And I'm a happy person. I surrounded myself around positive people and I blocked out negative things. So with all of that being said, I stand in front of y'all because I want everybody to know here, if I've been through something, and our stories are all different, but I promise you, if I got through it, you can get through it. I promise you, and you're not alone. And if I'm beautiful, y'all are beautiful. And I just don't mean beautiful in a physical form. I mean, your laugh makes you beautiful. You know how you can do that slick thing with your hair she was talking about? That makes her beautiful. Anything that you can do, a talent makes you beautiful. The way you help your mother around the house, that's beautiful. The way you could be crumbling inside of you, you could be crumbling, but you still wear that smile, that makes you beautiful. That makes you beautiful. To have that strength, that makes you beautiful. You never know what somebody else is going through. So just remember to always smile and just say, hello, beauty, how are you? Because you never know what anybody is going through inside of you. So, with all of that being said, if you take anything away from this, if you take anything away from, my short story, I hope that you guys realize that the foundation of anything, the foundation of life, the foundation of your friendships, relationships with your parents, the foundations, the friendships and relationships you're going to form, it starts with you. And when you learn to love yourself, it reflects how you love other people. When you love yourself, you love other people better because you know how to love. So I know a lot of you guys have like social media, especially for the young ones, and I see it a lot. Y'all play these games on social media like To Be Honest, Smash Your Pass, rate me, date me, whatever those things is. I don't understand the concept of those games because for me personally, you should never need validation from anybody else. It's about what you think because you are enough. So I'm gonna just leave you with this. It's a little part from a poem that I wrote, so I'm just taking a snippet from a poem that I wrote. It starts with you. Like you. Love you. And I don't mean the type of like where you take a picture of yourself and you think, damn, I'm cute. Try taking a selfie of your soul and ask yourself if it's good enough to post. Because baby girl, no matter the pose, nobody can hit like enough to make you like yourself. Validation comes from inside yourself. That requires spending some time by yourself. So dig deep down inside yourself and go find yourself. And once you do, you'll realize your worth. You'll heal from some hurts because hurt people, and that's no longer you. You'll realize you're the only species on this earth that could birth generations of legacies. So that alone makes you